how to beat boredom, survive struggles, and stay productive. Tonight, I'll be sharing 4 strategies and 21 tips on how we can beat boredom. This topic is something dear to me because I believe na kailangan nating mag-beat ang boredom. There are people complaining na ang boring naman ng buhay, boring naman ito. And just to give a background of myself, I'm a person who wanted adventure as well, just like you. I wanted to travel. And so in my work as an accountant before, accountant and auditor, I was so happy every time we'll go out of town for audit. Tapos pag sa office lang, parang boring, ano? But also, since 2015, when I shifted careers, I've been working from home, except, of course, when I need to conduct trainings outside or give talks out of town, or also trainings or recollections. But basically, I somehow embrace yung iba kasi pag sinabi mong parang work from home, lalo na ngayon, naka-quarantine tayo, lockdown, ano? It's difficult, it's boring, and yes, I get that. But also, there are ways on how we can switch it around so that, hey, we'll look at it in a different perspective and our boredom will be replaced by something better. Kaya ito yung sasabihin ko, no, before I share the 4 strategies and 21 tips. Let me just tell you that it was in my boring moments that I was able to write 6 books, okay? And it was also in my boring moments when I get to conceptualize and put together programs, even coaching programs that helped aspiring authors. To this date, I have helped 8 authors publish their books already, and 3 more coming this, 4 coming more this October and November. And it is because of there are ways on how we can see that seemingly boring moment into something that, hey, you can turn it around and make it productive. So here's the thing. Pag sinabi nating boredom, this is the state of being bored, right? This is, the dictionary can say this like a state of weariness or dissatisfaction or yung tipong dullness. Pag sinabi nating boring, maybe it's because it's not interesting. It's something tedious. Pag sinabi nating tedious, it's either it's too long, it's too slow, or it's dull. What else? It's tiresome. It's monotonous. Kaya sinasabi nating boring. And I was reading an article in Psychology Today by Dr. Heshmat. Sabi niya, any experience that is predictable and repetitive becomes boring. And that happens in times like this, in times of quarantine, in times of you just staying at home, or even before this pandemic. I believe that maybe you've been experiencing some boring moments, and that is like that is expected, no? It's normal, quote unquote. But the problem is if you just let that boredom eat you, doon nagkakaproblema. Because in that same article, Dr. Sharam Heshmat said that boredom is predictive of loneliness, anger, sadness, and worry. Ayaw natin na dumating tayo sa state na yon. Okay? So sa boredom pa lang, tignan natin on how we can turn this around so we can change this state. Because that is possible. All right? It's so good to note that SPACs said that boredom is actually a modern luxury. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not belittling or downgrading this concern, right? But according to this article, it only came in the late 18th century. When in the earlier years, when people are so consumed and concerned looking for things to eat, the basic needs, they had no time to be bored. Kasi naghanap sila ng needs, right? The basics, the essentials. Now here comes SPACs saying that it's a modern luxury, because when you get to address already the basic needs, then you want to go into the higher needs, right? For example, in the hierarchy of needs by Maslow's, doon nagkikick in yung yung boredom kasi you feel parang dissatisfied of what you're doing, right? But if you are so much focused on addressing your basic needs, don't have time to be bored, right? But hey, it's happening now. And maybe it started in the late 18th century and now up to this time. But also Svensson said that boredom is also a call to action. Wow. And I hope that will help you switch your mind, switch your perspective, and we'll be talking more about that. But hey, I love that. That hey, maybe if you are bored, maybe are being called to action. Action for something. Okay, we'll talk more about that. So again, just to recap, ano yung mga causes ng boredom? Maybe it's because what you're doing is something too easy. It's too slow. You think that you have lack of control in the things that you're doing. Maybe there's a lack of variety, or also taken that to the extreme is it's too predictable. You're too certain of what's going to happen. So naging boring din siya, right? So ano yung kailangan nating gawin, so that we can beat boredom and will survive struggles that are attached to this boredom, and also to stay productive instead of just being in that boring state. All right? The four strategies to beat boredom. Okay, don't wait for so I'll be sharing with you four strategies, right? And then the tips. So yung strategies na ito are the things that we are going to apply. We will approach, we'll use these strategies to approach boredom even before we get into that boredom. Okay? It is more of to prevent us. Or maybe if we are already there, then we can use this. Okay? Along with the tips, the tactical tips that I'll be sharing in a while. So let's begin first with the four strategies. Ayan. Strategy number one. Okay. If you are bored, one strategy that you can do is this. Number one is to redefine your activities. Redefine. Bigyan mo ng bagong definition or even bagong label. I would say this, that instead of instead of saying it's boring or it's dull, what if you say that this is a bit steady? Oh, now with a new label comes with a new definition, right? Wow, this thing that I'm doing, it's steady. Now when it's steady, maybe you can also say, oh, it's a bit stable, right? And that way, parang iba na rin yung tingin mo, no? But we can go deeper, no? We can go deeper because, again, the cause of boredom is because there's this dissatisfaction that can come from lack of meaning. There is lack of meaning. So, if there's lack of meaning, then the call is that we find meaning in what we do. We find meaning in what we do. For example, if you're being bored, I remember a time when I was being bored as an accountant before, and I had to find meaning in what I was doing because it comes to a point when it was boring already. And so I said, I have to redefine my activity. I have to put a new label to this. I need to find a meaning in what I'm doing. And then instead of just saying that I'm doing an accounting work, like if that is a financial statement, it's more of saying that, hey, I'm preparing financial statements that will help decision makers make better decisions. Now that is attaching your work, your task into the bigger picture. And now you can see meaning. All right? Now you find meaning in what you're doing. Or if you cannot find it for some reasons, then put a meaning in what you're doing. Okay? Put a meaning in what you're doing. Here's the thing. You aim, it has become this has become my mantra. I say that I always want to create, to connect, and contribute. If you aim to create, connect, and contribute, you will find ways, activities that will give you meaning. When you're creating something, when you're creating something new, or when you're connecting to people, and when you are doing something that is being of contribution, of service to other people. And we'll talk more about this in the tips, right? But have that in your mind. That will help you beat boredom. That will help you beat boredom. So again, I repeat, you have to redefine your activities. Number two, here's the thing. You redirect your efforts. Ayan. Redirect your efforts. Anong ibig kong sabihin dito, no? When I say redirect your efforts, kailangan ito kasi you're being bored because you think that there's no challenge anymore. You think that there's no growth anymore. Okay? So, i-connect nang natin kanina sa sinabi kong create, connect, and contribute. Because when you do those, you will push yourself to grow. You will challenge yourself. Now, going back to this, redirecting your efforts. If you think that, for example, you are in a job, in a work that you think it's boring, okay? For example, you're doing a job. Now, don't just quit that job, okay? Again, go back first to step one. You find meaning in it. You put meaning in it. Kung wala talaga, then, okay, then maybe it's time to shift careers. Maybe, all right? But don't do this decision flippantly. You have to discern. You have to take time to think about this. So don't just quit. You prepare for it, okay? You prepare for it. And as you prepare for it, for example, if you aim now to shift careers, to change jobs, for example, then you have a new goal. Then you have a new challenge. All right? Now, this is not just applicable to those with jobs. If you're a student, if you're waiting for something, if you're looking for work, okay? So there's no challenge in that present state. Now, you have to aim for a new goal, for a fresh goal, and that will give you a new challenge. Okay? Now, balik tayo dun sa shifting careers or changing jobs. When you aim to shift to a new thing, it's just right that this is the time to build your emergency fund and opportunity fund. Kasi hindi natin alam ang mangyayari when you shift careers. Okay? Now, when you think of that, medyo bored ako dito sa work na to, pero as I prepare for my next step, let me build these things first. If you haven't prepared your emergency fund yet, then focus on that, build that, or you can say opportunity fund, so that when opportunities come, you have something to fund that, right? So it's just for emergency. Mas maganda yun, opportunity fund. Maybe this is also the time to build new skills. Kasi parang bored ka eh. Ibig sabihin, siguro, ang dali mong natatapos yung trabaho, di ba? Walang ibang gagawin. This is the time to build new skills. This is the time to build even your CV or resume, right? And as you, alam mo, yung tipong pagre-review pa lang, pag-update ng CV mo, you get to appreciate yung mga ibang nagawa mo na eh. Yung mga na-achieve mo na, and that will help you see what you're going through with a different lens. All right? Is this making sense? Strategy number 3 is this. Reframe your perspective. Reframe your perspective. Ibig sabihin, maybe, minsan kasi pag nabubore tayo, parang masyado tayong nakafocus sa sarili natin, no? And when you zoom out a little bit and look around, look at others. Compare your situation to others. Uy, baka may mas malala pang sitwasyon kaysa sa'yo. Right? And with that, it's just even right to shift your perspective and thinking into a gratitude mood. And as you compare yourself with others, like as to your situation na, uy, mas okay pa pala ako, no? Kahit nahirapan ako ngayon or medyo boring itong ginagawa ko, oy, I'm still blessed. And try to look around and identify the blessings that you have been receiving, the blessings that God has been giving you. And that will help you shift your perspective. And also, if this is a job that has become boring, hey, did you know that a lot of people have lost their jobs? I hope that will help you see your situation in a different perspective, right? Or maybe this has become boring, but hey, you're still here. You're still alive. You still had something, you still have something to eat. You still have a roof over your head. Diba? And with that gratitude, that can help reframe your perspective. Reframe your perspective. And the fourth strategy is this: reconnect to your purpose. Reconnect to your purpose. And I say this, that our purpose, you and I, ang purpose natin is to love, right? It is to serve, to be of contribution. Now, the question is, what is my path of purpose? So how can I express this in my work, the things that I do? Okay, eto na. So find the area where your intellect, okay, yung kagalingan mo, yung katalinuhan mo, your intellect meets a need in the community or in the society. And when you do that and when you perform that, you experience so much joy or vibrance in your hearts. Okay? Now, when you find that thing, when you find that area, that is your path of purpose, I believe that you will prevent yourself from getting bored. What I'm doing now, I do training, I do coaching, I do writing, speaking, and I believe that is my area, that is my spot. I love to do that. I enjoy doing that. And because of the learnings that I've been getting from mentors and through experience, I've built my skills in this. So sabihin natin na parang I have the intellect in that area, and I have joy in that area, and there is a need in that area. Why? People are asking for coaching, whether that's book coaching or speech coaching, or people ask for leadership trainings or inspirational talks or recollections. And I get to give that, and I do it with joy, with passion, with love, whether they pay me or not. And this is true. I get paid with some. I don't get paid with many others, right? And I'm just thankful that in the areas that I'm getting paid, it's enough and sufficient. And of course, I need to do more, right? Because I need to help more. But somehow, even if it is just time to give it for free, to do it for free, I can still do it. And I won't get bored because, hey, that is my area. That is my spot. That is where my intellect meets my joy in a need in the community. Now, here's the thing. Don't say na, uy, buti ka pa. Ayan na yung ginagawa mo. No. Everything is hard work. Everything is what I'm doing now. Even if I say that, hey, I love doing it. I am so passionate in doing it. It's also difficult. All right. It took time to build the foundations. And even now, I say that I'm still building the foundation of this area of my career. But also, here's the thing. Let's backtrack a bit. When I was still an accountant, and somehow, sabihin natin na that is not the main spot that I wanted to be in for a long time until retirement. No, kaya nga nag-shift ako. But I practiced that for 5 years. Okay, 5 years. Why? Because somehow I built my intellect in that area. Nakapasa ako ng CPA board exam. That's a parang it's an external manifestation that I gained intellect in that area. And also I got accepted in this accounting auditing firm, in some companies, no? So there's intellect there, and there's a need in that company, right? Do I say that is where my highest joy is? Not much. But because I put meaning into it, it helped me stay in that career for almost 5 years. And I performed in that area. Sasabihin ko, it's not my passion to the highest degree. No. But I performed in that area because I know that there's a need and I have to be my best there. And somehow, nakatulong yung ganong approach para maiwasan ang boredom. Okay? Maiwasan ang boredom. Of course, there will come a time when really you need to, if you're being called to do something else, again, you prepare for that. Okay? That's strategy 3. Okay? You prepare for that. Don't just switch flippantly. Don't just jump ship without even preparing. Okay? So I hope that clarifies this thing. So those are the 4 strategies that we need. Okay? All right. So 21 tips on how we can make these strategies even practicable, even, more concrete and crystal clear. Here we go. Number 1 tip. Ayan. Pag nabubore ka, ayan, let me tell you this. Move your body. You move your body. It's either you walk, you jog, you run, what else? You can dance. You can, what else? You can do push-up or pull-up, or yung tipong, you can just do your jumping jack, no? Pag minsan na nakaupo ka or nag-work ka, tapos biglang parang, I don't know, something kicked in your mind, or maybe kailangan mo ng konting variety, then do that. You move your body. Okay, move your body. Now, when you move your body, you especially when you, for example, even the act of just raising your hands up like this, and then you just moving like this, alam mo, may nangyayari dyan eh. When you do your jumping jack, or what else? Jogging, even stationary jogging. Kung hindi ka malabas kahit sa bahay lang, di ba? Or may konting space naman sa sala or sa labas, di ba? Ikot ka lang ng konti, di ba? Move your body. So you sweat it out. Sweat it out. Bakit? Because this will help change your biochemistry. And in the movement, as you perspire, even before you perspire, the endorphins are being released, and that will help you even parang nababawasan yung stress, even the feeling of monotony, boredom, ganyan, and lalabas yung parang mga happy hormones, ganyan, and that will help. This will not just make you healthier, but it also prevents you from feeling sluggish, ganyan. And also, this will help you even sleep better, which is tip number 2. Ayan. Tip number 2 is to sleep better. You need to rest. Maybe ang dahilan bakit ka ang bilis mabore is kasi kulang ka ng rest, kulang ka ng tulog. Maybe you're overworking, Maybe minsan kasi pag down tayo, pag down yung physical body natin, it affects our mental state, right? It affects our mental state. Pag kulang tayo ng energy, it affects the energy of our mind, of our thinking. So rest, I would say that rest equals revitalization, equals rejuvenation, equals recharge, equals refuel. So rest, okay? Rest. You sleep better. Ayan, sleep better. Number 3, ito. Eat healthier. Eat healthier. Alam nyo, minsan pag pangit yung diet natin, di ba? We feel sluggish. Napapansin ko, kasi in recent years, not recent years, it's been almost 10 years, that I've been conscious to minimize eating pork. Okay. Pork hindi naman bawal, bawal, but in the area of health, mas maganda na iwasan. Mas maganda na iwasan. Alam mo yung yung mga bawal sa mga ibang religions, maganda na kunin mong parang health advice eh. Di ba? Because it makes sense. Makes sense. Alam mo, kumakain pa rin naman ako ng pork ngayon. Paminsan-minsan, no? But again, I try to minimize. I do my best. So, at times when nasusubrahan, I can observe myself, my body na parang medyo nagiging down, nagiging sluggish, parang gusto mo lang matulog na lang, pero parang pagod ka agad, ano? It's because sometimes of what we're eating, di ba? Of what we're eating. So, yan. So, eat healthier. Balik tayo sa basics, ano? Kasi our body, our mind, our heart, they are connected. Hindi natin maiwalay yan. Hindi natin sasabihin na ang boredom is in the mind only. Okay? Sometimes it is, but all these things are impacting our state, the state of our being. Okay? Because we are one, the heart, the body, the mind, they are one. Okay? They are one. Number 4. Ito. Alam mo, pag nabubore ka minsan, ayan, try mo mag-shower, maligo ka. Alam mo, natutuwa ako kasi even before experts would give this advice, even before I came to know about this from recognized experts, narinig ko na to nung high school ako, nagkukwentuhan lang kami ng mga kabarkada, no? Sabi nung isa, no? And he was just sharing his experience. Sabi niya, in Kankanae, no? But I will translate now in Tagalog. Oy, alam mo, pag nabubore ka konti, pag parang feeling mo malungkot ka, maligo ka lang, mag-shower ka lang. After that, you'll feel different. Sabi niya. And wow, biglang nag-flashback yun when I heard this advice from an expert. And tama yung kaibigan ko na yun eh. And when I do it, wow, it works. It works. Kaya subukan mo din. Okay? So other tip number 5. Ayan. Pag nabubore ka, hey, consider this. Hone your cooking skills. Ayos to. Alam mo, hindi ako marunong, hindi ako magaling, ano? I know how to cook, but I'm not a chef material. Alam yan ng mga kapatid ko, yan, alam niya na misis ko, ni wifey, you know. But in recent months, I've been trying to just hone my cooking skills, and unti-unti, no, nag-improve konti. And it helps break the monotony, and it also helps you appreciate yourself as you grow a little bit in this area. Parang wow, okay pala. I can learn something new pala, which is true because all of us have the capability to learn. You have to embrace what Brendan Burchard would say, that you have the capability to figure things out. It's the same with learning, right? Tip number 6. Ito I would request you to do this. Yan, pag nabubore ka, you create shareable content and share it. Ano yung mga yan? That could be a blog, that could be a written article, blog. Okay? You can start this free. You can go to WordPress. You can start a blog for free. Or you can just post a long one on Facebook that is considered a blog also. Or kung ikaw ang hindi masyadong masulat, you're not a writer, okay, you do vlog, video blog. Okay? You do something like this. Okay? Pwede ka mag-live, recorded. Okay? Talk about something that you're passionate about. Alam mo, balikan natin yung strategy kanina, number 4, connected to that. If you're doing something right now because you have to, and that is preventing you somehow from doing the other thing that you love to do, hey, I believe that there is an extra time right now. That's why you're getting bored, right? This is the time to do something that you like, to share something. If you're so passionate about music, or ano ba, kung accountant ka, nasa ibang field ka, nasa financial auditing ka, gusto mo taxation, di ba? Magturo ka. You talk about this, you write about something that you're passionate about. If you're passionate about dancing, music, photography, or whatever, write that or talk about it and express that passion and share it. Because people out there, they want to learn from you, from people who are passionate about something. Because the tendency is, if you're passionate about something, you want to grow in that area. You learn a lot in that area. You spend time to read books in that area, to learn from experts in that area. Okay? At, okay, as you create this shareable content, ibahagi mo. You share it. Because when you share it, that's a form of contribution. Okay? Alam mo, itong tip number 6 is already doing what I call create, connect, and contribute. You create something, you're creating, right? And when you connect, when you share it, it helps you connect with other people. And as they read it, as they consume it, as they watch it, you are contributing to them. Isn't that beautiful? That's creating, connecting, and contributing. Amazing. Amazing. And you don't have to be a multi-talented speaker or writer to start doing this. You have to start doing this, and eventually you grow in skill. You grow in confidence. You grow in competence. But you have to start somewhere. Every master was once a beginner. Yes? All right. Tip number 7. Ito. Do some cleaning. Ayan. Do some cleaning. Alam mo, ako, when I'm also so much into my work, like I would focus on my work. And sometimes I forget other things, right? And then, pag minsan, I need to take a break from work. Minsan parang may ano din naman yan eh. Not, parang kasi nag-iba na yung perspective ko. I don't call it boredom anymore. But there's this state na parang parang nababawasan na yun yung productivity, yung flow na tinatawag. So it's an indication that I need to shift. I need variety. So I move away from that and then try to do some cleaning. Clean your closet, clean your room, clean whatever, clean your sala, clean whatever that needs cleaning. All right? And that will help you actually. Again, it will break monotony. And when it's done, wow, you get to appreciate yourself and appreciate your surrounding as well. Now, wow, this is it. This is good. And that will help you. Okay? That will help you. All these things that we're talking about in these 21 tips, they're all connected with the 4 strategies that we talked about earlier. Right? Tip number 8. Ayan. Ito, common na naman to. Pero hopefully you're doing it. You read great books. Read great books. You know, I encourage you, if you haven't yet, go to messengerofhopebooks.com. Ayan, meron po kaming ano dyan, mga books, mga tawag nito, mga sinulat ng mga local authors. Ayan, ito, messengerofhopebooks.com. Punta ka dyan and then search. Andun din yung mga books ko on inspirational books, public speaking books. Meron mga books by Cy Valizier, her book, Ated. Okay? Vanji, Brighter Perspectives. Yan, kasama ko last Monday. We talked about, what did we talk about last Monday? On having a healthier heart. Ayan. So, ang daming mga books na available po doon. Okay? So, read great books. Tip number 9. Ito. Okay din naman manood ng movie. Piliin mo lang. Good movies. Okay, good movies. If you're on Netflix, makakatulong naman yung mga categories, may mga descriptions, mga feel good, mga inspirational. Diba? May categories, ipiliin mo yung mga yon para, kasi alam mo, yung mga pinapanood natin, those are being registered in our subconscious. Okay? Alam mo, one of the things that iniiwasan ko ngayon, kasi nung bata ako, alam mo, gustong-gusto kong manood ng mga horror, di ba? Lalo na pag November 1, maalala ko nun si Kabayan. Magandang gabi, bayan, gano'n. And then gustong-gusto ko napapanood yon, ang mga ibang klaseng gano'n. maybe because alam mo, parang naano yung emotion mo. But then later on, I realized na pangit pala, no? It's not good for me. And so when I was growing up, maybe I was in high school to college, transitioning to that, I became more intentional na, pag ganon, no, I don't watch it anymore. So watch good movies. Watch good movies. Okay, number 10, tip number 10 ito, plan a project. Plan a project. Alam mo, yung mga times na na-bored ako, yun yung mga times na I came up with a project for a book launch or for a conference for the growth summit that we started doing in 2018, no? Even my coaching programs, okay? They were born out of those moments when it was potentially, a moment of boredom. But you can switch that into something that is productive. Okay? Because every moment you choose, will you choose boredom or enjoyment? Boredom or productivity? Okay? A moment of struggle or a moment of success? Ikaw, pili ka. Diba? Pili ka. Yan. Tip number 11. Yan. Write a book. Uy, baka may nagsasabi sa puso mo na mag-share ka, di ba? This is related to creating shareable content and share it. You write a book. Tingnan natin kung hindi ka pa, di ba? Kung mabubore ka pa. That will excite you, right? That will excite you. Yan. Ito, tip number 12. Tip number 12. You start a side hustle. Ayan. Alam mo, pag nabubore ka, maybe it's time to stretch yourself, to challenge yourself. Ito, when you start a side hustle, makakapag-add ka pa ng source of income. Diba? Yung passion project mo, later on, pwede mong gawing side hustle. Baka pwede mong pagkakitaan yan. When I was still an accountant, before, I started writing already. And somehow that became my side hustle before. And now it became my main thing. Right? Yung training, yung speaking, that was a side hustle before. And now it became my main hustle. All right? Ayan. Tip number 13. Ito. Search for ways on how you can help others. Search for ways on how you can help others. Alam mo, minsan, this is connected to shifting your perspective. Pag nabubore tayo and when we look at others suffering, look at others who are in a worse situation, parang mapapaisip ka eh. And when you do this, when you search for ways on how you can help others, you will get to appreciate where you are again. And instead of getting bored, you look for ways na, oy, ito, pwede kong gawin to para sa kanila. Oy, ito, pwede kong gawin. Oy, ito, pwede kong simulan. Diba? That will help people. Okay? That will help you stay productive as well and have this sense of meaning. You will, instead of having this feeling of dissatisfaction, you have this feeling of fulfillment. Fulfillment. Why? Because you're helping others. Ito, tip number 14 is related earlier to cleaning. So clean your computer, organize it, ayusin mo yung masyadong maraming files sa desktop or what, okay? So tip number 15 is actually organizing your files in your computer or outside the computer. And tip number 16 is this. Ito, join church groups, community, or ministry. Nakakatulong yan. Nakakatulong yan. Why? This is again connected to connecting. When you connect yourself, when you plug yourself into a community, a circle, or even in a ministry that's reaching out to other people, wow, that's going to be powerful. Bakit? You will now be busy looking for ways on how can I connect with them? How can I help in this area? Diba? And that has helped me so much. For me, when I was still working in Makati, and again, as an accountant before, so may nahihit yung boredom ko, no? And it helped when I joined the community called The Feast. Yan. The Feast by Bo Sanchez. And wow, powerful. It helped. It helped. When I was in high school, yung ministry sa simbahan, sa parish namin sa Kibungan noon, yung mas simpleng tugtog-tugtog lang, doon ako natuto ng paggigitara, yung konting pagkanta eh. And it helped me grow in my talent, and it helped beat boredom as well. So, get active in your parish, in your community, in a ministry that will help you beat boredom. Tip number 17 is this. You join learning groups like Toastmasters or any other learning groups. Bakit? Again, ano rin yan? You're plugging yourself into a circle. People who want to grow. Again, growth is an antidote to boredom. Contribution is an antidote to boredom. And when you join groups like this, di ba? Hindi ka lang nakatututo, nakakatulong ka din sa ibang tao upang matuto. Wow. Again, that sense of meaning. That sense of meaning. Tip number 18. Okay. Develop a skill. Develop a skill. Parang redundant siya sa tip number 17, but no, this is like a specific skill that you want to scale to a higher level. Then do this. Put time for that. Exert effort for that. Matutuwa ka. Matutuwa ka. Tingnan pa natin sa mga tips na to kung mabubore ka pa ba. Ito, tip number 19. Maraming gumawa nito ngayong pandemic, di ba? Plant something or care for your plants. Kung nakapagtanim ka na, you water your plants, or okay na sila, di ba? You pull out the weeds in your plants, you know. May mga moments na parang gusto ko lang amoyin yung smell of the plants, smell of the grass. Minsan yung the smell of the freshly cut grass, parang nare-refresh ako. Yeah? And when you're in a garden as well, feeling the soil, parang barefoot ka, wow, parang grounding yan eh. Ang ganda yan eh, ang saya niyan eh. Now, pag nasa urban area ka na you're confined to being a simple plantito-plantita, no? Sa mga pots lang, so hindi mo naapakan yung mga soil, okay din lang. The experience of just touching the soil, of touching the plants, caring for the plants, something is happening, you know, that will help you a lot. Tip number 20, we're down to the last two tips. This tip 20 is plan for your life. Plan for your life. Balik ka sa strategic thinking. Ano nga bang gusto kong mangyari sa buhay ko? Ano bang gusto kong mangyari next year? Okay? Plan for your life. Plan for your life. And tip number 21 is this. You ask big questions about life. Bakit nga ba ulit ako nandito? Find the meaning. Search for that meaning. And I hope parang nabigyan ko na ng hint itong meaning of life when I was talking about strategy 4 on reconnecting to your purpose. Reconnect to your purpose. So my friends, hopefully these things will help you beat boredom, survive struggles, and stay productive. Again, ano yung mga 4 strategies? Balikan natin, no? Strategy number 1, redefine your activities, okay? Tingnan mo with a new label, with a new definition, and attach that into something that you are creating, connecting, and contributing. Okay? I love that. I love that. Strategy number 2 is to redirect your efforts. Okay? If it's time to shift gears, to change jobs, then you plan for that, prepare for that, and with that, you have a new goal. You redirect your efforts there. And then reframe your perspective. I believe that there are things that you can be grateful for right now. Compare yourself to others, even worse, and you will see na, I'm even better. Okay? And then reconnect to your purpose. Your purpose is to love, to contribute, and you just have to find the path of your purpose. Look at the intersection of your intellect in the need of the community, and where there is joy that you can experience. Dun ka, okay? And if you cannot go there immediately, slowly move to that direction. that is connecting to the strategy number 2, which is to redirect your efforts going to that direction. Kasi hindi naman mangyayari yun agad-agad, but little by little, as you shift your gears, you will go to that direction. And one day, hopefully you will come into a state na it's not a state of boredom anymore. It's more of looking for ways to further how you are being of contribution to the community, how you can even duplicate yourself to help other people. All right. So I hope this has been of great help. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. So as we close, come join me with a prayer, because we believe that, hey, actually, the best way, the ultimate way to beat boredom, to survive struggles, and to stay productive is to reconnect to the source. And the source is our creator, our God. So come, let's pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, thank you so much for tonight. Thank you for this growth conversation. Thank you for these people listening. We ask you, Lord, to continue to refuel us, to rejuvenate us. Help us to beat boredom. Show us ways on how to survive the states of struggles, and may we move to success and even into significance with your grace, by your power, with your help. We lift up to you all this, our prayers, in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. See you again next Monday.